Hi guys, got another video for you today. Now this one's a classic by the Rolling Stones called Paint It Black. It's a really cool riff, even if you think you've never heard it before, it's a very famous riff, so you probably have, right? So let me play it through first, and then I'll show you how to play it. So that's the first part of the riff, that's the verse we're going to be working on first. Now this is quite easy once you get used to where you're playing, and most people do this. The second part of the song is the chorus. Now this is a bit harder because this is using chords. Now some of you may have looked at chords before, so you'll be at an advantage here. If you haven't, don't worry if you don't feel like giving that a try just yet. We will do some more chord lessons, but you can have a little pop if you want to. Now the chorus goes like this. So, put it all together, we've got a really cool song. But first off, let's start with a nice single string bit. So we're going to be on your second string up, your B string here. And all we want to do is start at number 5. So find number 5 on your second string up. There we go. And then we're going to go to 7. So we're walking up the guitar. If you see, you're following your dot. So we've got 5, then 7, then we're going to go 8. So we've got now 5, 7, 8, and the last one we stick on is 10. So that's quite high up here. 10 there. The easiest way to find 10, you've either got your last dot here called 9, or the double dot higher up here, which is 12. So you can find it just by finding it 2 down from 12 or 1 up from 9 there. So putting all that together, it's just walking on that second string, 5, 7, 8, 10. Practice that a few times, get used to that. 5, 7, 8, 10. Again, at any point, pause the video and then you can practice it lots before I move on too quick or anything like that. So, once we've got used to that bit, we're then just going to come back down again. So you're going to go 5, 7, 8, 10, and back down 8, 7, 5. So we've kind of walked up and down the guitar here. So it's 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5. Let me take that really slow for you. So 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5. So take a bit of time, really get used to that bit. And the second part of it's dead easy. We're going to go like this. Still at the 5. 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4. Putting that together nice and slow, it's 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4. Now for this there will be an accompanying sheet that you'll be able to print and download to practice on it, but if you can get it, it's really cool. So putting both bits together, we get this. 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5. So that's the first bit. And then 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4. So remember to pause at the last 4. Yeah, it sounds weird on its own. When you get it all together, it sounds cool. So keep practicing that around a few times. So we'll do that again. 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4. So practice lots on that, and then we'll speed it up a little bit to get it into the main part of the tune. So it goes like this. So if you pause the video and get it as good as possible, really along with that. So remember the pattern again, one more time. 5, 7, 8, 10, 8, 7, 5, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, 4. So I know it sounds confusing, but I think the more you try it, you'll really get used to it. Now notice, if you're just starting out, then using one finger's fine. Do that, but it gives it a kind of stop-starty sound, whereas if you use more than one finger, see how that really flows a lot better. So if you find it easy, start to use more than one finger, and we can move up like that, then back down, and it just makes it flow that bit nicer than just using one finger being So when you've got that really cool, we've got the verse. Now for the more advanced bit. So if you're used to that bit already and you're ready to tackle chords, we're going to look at the next bit. It goes like this. Now, I always say with chords, it's the trickiest bit of starting on guitar. It's getting chords, but not just learning where to put your hand, but also getting from one to the other without there being a massive gap where you're going, getting your fingers in place, yeah? And it just takes practice. The more you try it, you'll start to get it. And the first thing is just getting the shapes in your head. So we've not got many, there's not actually many chords in this, but it's getting used to. The first one is probably one of the easiest chords we've got. It's called an E minor. Now all you have to do, put your first finger down a string at number 2 there. So your second string down number 2, and then put your next finger underneath that. So just 2 fingers like that. I'm going to strum all the strings. I use my fingers, but if you want to save your skin from rubbing off, use a plectrum as well. That's always cool. Gives a lot stronger sound, so it's whichever up to you. And so let's do that again. Take your hand off, wiggle your fingers around, and then see if you can find the chord again. So it's down a string, number 2, and then down another string, number 2, like that. Again, I'll be putting some sheets up. If it's getting really confusing, I'll put sheets up to show you exactly where to put your fingers, don't worry. So 2 strums of that, that's called E minor. Now, for those that have tried chords with me before, the next one's called a D. We've done this one quite a lot. This is squished on your top 3 strings here. Probably one of the most fiddly early chords to try, because it's getting all 3 fingers in a pattern here. And getting the right fingers in the right place. So you put your first finger on your 3rd string up, number 2. So put that there, then put your next finger down 2 strings, so it's on your little string, but still at number 2. See how that's still at number 2 there? I'll come a bit closer. And then your other finger, your 3rd one, comes in between on your 2nd string, 3rd fret. You see that? And we don't strum all the strings as well, don't we? Because you get that rocking on there. We need to start on the D, which is this string here. And we get a lovely sound. Now don't panic. If yours is sounding more like that, it's just practice. Pressing down a bit harder on your guitar. If your fingers are used to it, you'll probably get little lines in your hands. I still get them now, but they just don't hurt anymore. But it just takes practice to really get used to it. So don't worry, sometimes it might be like that. Just keep going with it. The more you get used to it, it'll get faster. So let's try that, find that chord again. So you put your first finger at your 3rd string up, number 2. Next finger is 2 strings down at number 2. And then your 3rd one is in between. Remember, we're strumming from your 4th string, which is D string, this one here. 4th string, we always count from the bottom up, so that's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th string is that one. So let's put those 2 chords together. So remember the first one? We've got E minor, the 2 and the 2, like that. 2 strums. And then we've got to find the D. So it's 1 finger there, 1 there, and 1 there. Again, feel free to pause it. You can pause it looking at my hand like that and try and get the right shape. Yep. So let's try that again. E minor, first one, and then the D. Now the 3rd chord is a G. Again, some of you may have tried that with me before, where we put 2 fingers here and here, and then, if you can, we have a 3rd finger down here. So what we've got, your first finger is on your 2nd string down, number 2, just like in the E minor. But the next one, instead of going down a string, goes up. So it's on your top E there, but at 3rd fret, yeah? So you've got 2 there, 3 there. And then your 3rd one, all the way down to your little string. And it's still at number 3 there. So you can see that shape, it's like a little claw. Just get your hand used to getting into that. And you're strumming all the strings for that one. So again, it's going to take some practice to get if you're not used to them. So wiggle your hand around, and then see if we can find that chord again. 2nd string down, number 2. Then your 2nd finger goes on your 1st string, 3rd fret, and then this one all the way down to the bottom at the 3rd fret again. So 2 strums. So now we can put all that together. What we've got, the E minor, then it's a D, then it's a G, what we just did, and then we go back to the D again. So this is real good practice. If you start to get good at these chords, you're really going to be getting good at guitar. So let's show you again. E minor, then D, then G, then D. E minor, D, G, D. Alright, so let's try that again one more time. E minor, D, G, then D. After that, we're going to go back to E minor, but we're going to play it faster. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So see that? So we've gone from slow to the E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and what's called quavers. Yeah. So that's your first section of your chorus. The second part is almost exactly the same, apart from the last two chords are different, right? So we go exactly the same again. E minor, D, G, D, but then the last two chords are different. We've got an A and something weird called a B7. A seventh is a bluesy type chord. That's what it's got, that kind of blues sound there, yeah? So trying that same bit again from before. E minor, then find your D, then the G, then back to the D again. But this time we want an A chord. This is 3 fingers all in a row like this. See that? So all on the second fret. So you put your first finger at your third string down, number 2. Then your next finger comes directly underneath that at number 2 on that string. And then your next one's directly underneath that, number 2 there. And again, it's another one of them chords that we don't strum all the strings. We're going to strum from your second string down. See that? That's called an A. So again, same as before, take your hands off, and then find that chord. So it's third string down, number 2, underneath that, number 2, and underneath that, number 2. Got it? If you want to pause it and try and find that chord, and then finally the last chord we're going to look at, called a B7. Now this is a bit of a weirder one, a bit of a stretch. It's not too bad to play once you get your fingers into it, but it might be quite hard to see the pattern I've got there, right? So I'll take my hand off for a minute. What you've got, first finger is at your third string down, number 1. Yeah, it's the third string down, number 1. Then put your next finger up a string from there at number 2. And then your third finger comes down 2 strings from there, still at number 2. And then your little finger, if you can, is down 2 strings at number 2. So the pattern we've got in here is they're all at number 2, yeah, with this one coming behind, and they're kind of missing out a string each time. Again, we strum that from your second string down. So practice getting used to that chord. So let's take it off again and find it. So what we've got, first finger, third string down, number 1. Then your next finger above that at number 2. Third finger is down another 2 strings at number 2. So you've got this kind of 2, 1, 2. And then your little finger down another 2 strings at number 2. So this last section, we've got this A and this B7. Now don't worry, if this is taking a bit of time practicing and getting used to it, keep coming back to the video, get used to the bits you really like and you can do quite easy, and then start to add the harder bits. So the A chord again is that, but we're going to strum it like we did that E minor at the end, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but that's where we change to the B7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the second part of the chorus, let me play it through again. So it's back to the first bit again. E minor, D, G, D, A, B7. And then it goes back to the very start of the song. And that's the whole song. So it's getting used to it all. I know it might take some time, but let me show you again through the whole chorus now. So it's E minor, D, G, D, back to E minor, and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Then E minor, D, G, D, A, B7. So, practice on that, really get used to them chords, and then we'll try the whole song together, yeah? So coming in from the start. So right, if you're ready, let's have a little go together. So what we're going to do is do the first bit. We're going to do that twice round, and then we're going to do the chords. And we'll do that full round to that B7. And then we'll finish it. So you ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again. Then it's the chords. E minor. Awesome. So let's try that again. One more time. See if you can get it. Here we go. Back to start. 3, 4. Really cool. So you can keep that going round and round and round. The whole song is just doing those 2 bits all the time. Check it out. But yeah, really practice on that. As I said, don't panic. If the chords are a bit beyond you yet, just practice maybe getting used to one of the chords, the E minor at first. Just getting used to playing that, to getting in and out of it, and work on that riff. But yeah, hope you get on with that. Like I say, I'll post up a sheet for that as well. And see, it'll help you with numbers. Cool. See you later.